Hey, are you thinking about moving to North Idaho with teenage kids in tow? Well, today's video is for you. Dave and I are going to sit down with our teenage sons, who are both 17, and give you guys a scoop on what it's like moving here as a teenager and growing up in North Idaho. Let's check it out. Hey guys, if this is your first time to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, tap the notifications bell so you can stay up to date on all of our latest content. If you guys are thinking about moving right now or 12 months from now, give us a call, text, or email. We get them all the time. It's not weird, I promise you. And we will get you connected with an agent on our team or one of us, whoever's the best fit for you and your stage in life. Give us that call. We'll get that conversation started and hope you guys make that smooth move right here to North Idaho. Well, we're going to talk about growing up in North Idaho. Now, admittedly, neither of you have grown up here. Someone's going to be like, they're not from here, whatever. But they did grow up here. You guys got here at, how old were you, Hudson? 12?
11 for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
11. So yeah, you guys were right. I don't want to say the word transitioning. You guys were moving into middle school,
Exploring our bodies
during that time. But you know what? You're right. Like, you guys didn't grow up in North Idaho. You're not native to North Idaho. But it kind of gives a unique perspective for a lot of kids that are going to move here and for families, because you guys grew up in other areas. You guys knew what it was like to grow up in Southern California and certain places like that. And the difference is, we're going to ask you guys a lot about that, about what the differences are between where you came from and up here.
First question, were the girls in California hotter than the girls up here?
I don't think I can answer that because I was elementary and I was focused on digging holes.
He did. We had dirt, and he would just like go in the backyard and Carson be in a hole. I'm like, oh, no, frick, no.
That's odd because Hudson likes to dig holes too.
Yeah.
So
Maybe it's a trait.
yeah. It's your both of your particular brand of ADHD or autism or whatever you want to call it.
Mix of all of it.
Whatever the kids
Definitely
call it these
autism.
days, yeah.
Whatever you guys got from us. Do you guys want some whiskey? Are we good?
No, I have to
think I'll
drive.
pass today.
Sure. I mean, we would never. Yeah, I would never give minor whiskey.
No, actually, it's legal in Idaho if it's within your own home.
It is.
Or
Just not
what's
Camping.
the other one?
If
What?
you're camping.
Yes.
you're camping.
Yeah.
Would this be camping
With your
or in our
family.
home?
Yeah.
I don't know how to
I mean,
articulate
if
that.
we spend the night here, then it's
Start
camping.
a fire.
They don't know it's not in our home.
All right. Well, let's
Good
ask
point.
you guys a few questions here.
'Kay.
I know Seth is always prepared.
Of course I am. First impressions of Idaho. Carson, you go first.
Okay.
You guys had been vacationing here before, so you
Yeah.
had some background.
Well, how long? Well, like when did we start?
A little closer.
When
Yeah,
did we
button.
start vacationing here? Like
We
2015?
came up in 2013 for the
13.
first time.
Jeez. Yeah. So since 2013.
You were
then-
5 years old.
So yeah, since 2013 we've been vacationing, and then officially moved up here in 2018, right?
2019.
2019.
Yep, close.
Whatever, same thing.
Okay.
And so yeah, we've been vacationing for a little bit, and then we spent some time with family here, and then we rented a house downtown near Tubbs.
Do you remember what street it was on?
No.
11th and Young. Southeast corner.
Nice street. Nice street.
Yeah.
So what was the first impression you got here? What did you think?
I mean, everything was super local. You could walk to anywhere. There was
Okay.
like a ton, like downtown. Like the first time we drove through downtown, it was mind blowing. It was super cool. Yeah, we got straight off the freeway from Montana and drove through downtown on Sherman, and we saw McEwen, and yeah, no, it was just mind blowing.
Fort Sherman?
Fort Sherman
you
was
play in the
also
playground?
awesome.
Yeah.
All over
Oh my
Fort Sherman.
gosh, Fort Sherman
It's
is
a great
so
playground.
fun. I'd still play on it now.
Yeah.
We
I was
actually
saying-
should. We need to
Let's
get
go
that
do it.
done.
Let's
No,
go
we
play
need to
tag.
do a video with that like adult tag.
Yes.
You know how fast? I
Yeah.
would
And
myself?
17-year-olds.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you guys can be in that. You guys would wreck us. I'll twist my knee immediately and then.
So that was the biggest thing. Do you ever remember? I don't remember anywhere that we ever walked where we came from.
In California?
Yeah. Like, we never walked anywhere.
If I was exploring my backyard, then that's
Yeah.
about it. Yeah.
Things are like, and obviously it varies where you end up here, but we lived in downtown when we first moved here too, and it's cool like that. We didn't have that in California either. Things, I don't know if it was more spread out.
Yeah.
I'm saying you can have that here. If you live in Athol, you're not going to walk anywhere probably, but yeah, that's a good observation. Hudson.
What about you, dude?
Kind of the same as what Carson said, but there was one big thing that he missed is the homelessness.
There's more of it
What?
or less?
There's less. When I got here and then we went downtown,
You actually noticed that
yeah,
as a 12-year-old?
yes. It was because we couldn't go to the parks in California.
Yeah.
We would literally, like Bidwell, we would go to the parks and then there used to be like tweakers everywhere, needles on the ground. But we came here, walked downtown, and there was not a single soul on the street.
And no needles, huh? What a bummer.
That is the weirdest thing. Like, that's crazy that you remember that from 12 years old. Like, that's
It's kind of sad,
noticed.
right? And I bet there's a
Yeah.
lot of kids out there like that live in these areas, like we came from, and are like, you know, they're sad. They notice it.
Yeah, that element of safety is pretty apparent too. I mean, with kids, because you guys are 11, so now you guys are darn near adults. You guys will both be 18 this year in April. My goodness.
Yeah, that's wild.
But just the safety aspect from being a young kid, that's pretty cool. Do you feel the same way when you came here? I guess we didn't really have a ton of...
We didn't have a lot of homelessness where
In the
we
middle
were
of the
because there weren't
Just
people
dry
there.
up and die
Yeah, there
immediately.
just weren't people there. So, I mean, we literally lived,
There's
what,
no
like
people.
10 minutes away from Death Valley, so if that.
yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, so there was like no one there. So there weren't enough people there to have homeless.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good observations. I had another question before. Okay, so did it feel like home right away? What was that feeling coming across the Idaho border for you?
I think I was a little bit too young to really like have a home yet. I think like I was just so like caught off guard by how much there was to do here. And because like before, like I said, digging holes was like the only thing you could do in California.
That's it.
Or like, I mean, I'd ride my bike as well, but like there wasn't really much to do. And up here, there was so much to do outside. There's the lake, there's hiking, there's animals literally everywhere. I mean, we would wake up and there'd be turkeys on our front lawn when we rented that house.
That's a huge difference from
Like
where
it
you
was
guys
just
came
super
from.
weird. Like, oh, and we were so like so enthusiastic about it. And like everyone was just like, they're just turkeys.
Your mom is still enthusiastic about the deer and the turkeys.
I remember
Can
there
confirm
was we had a lockdown at school because a moose was on the front lawn.
Yeah, years
That was
later,
pretty funny.
we're here.
But like stuff like that, it was like, oh, everyone just get in the PE gym.
They tell you to get underneath your desks?
No, we all went to the PE, like the gymnasium, and we just sat in a circle and all talked until the moose left. That's what we did.
I wonder what that code is over the radio.
Yeah, I wonder.
It was 1040.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right.
They just told the teachers, I think. I don't think there was an alarm.
So when you guys moved here, you were in what grade, Hudson?
7th,
7th grade?
I think.
6th.
6th grade. Okay. And what school did you go to when you first came here?
Lakes Middle School.
Yeah.
Lakes Middle School.
Lakes
and
Middle School.
You
It
were
was
at
Woodland, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How was that? Meeting friends and stuff like that in that first year up here?
I did really bad.
Yeah?
I made like no friends. I didn't really like lakes.
You had a hard time because we came in and that like they were requiring masks. Some people will be shocked about that at Lakes
Yeah.
Middle School when he came. So he's a brand new student. We started halfway through the year because we moved here in
Oh,
December,
that's
and
tough.
they all had to wear masks. So you can't even see each other's faces. I was like, this is the worst possible scenario.
Wow, I didn't think about that. You were lucky. You went
Yeah,
to...
I was a year before. And that's what I met.
So you had time to meet
One
friends.
close friend.
Yeah.
I met one close friend, and then kind of spend our time throughout.
Well,
the
he was
middle
lucky
school.
because he came up here. I mean, he started middle school when all the other kids were coming from elementary school to start middle school, right?
That's perfect
So it was a
timing.
little bit of a
Yeah.
mix-up anyways, which made it, okay,
Yeah.
I get it. And I do remember, too, do you remember telling us, like, how much you were going to go back to California because you had your friends there, and you're like,
Yeah, and that was
I'm going to move back there when I grow up.
that was the one thing I miss is like my friends, and then that slowly faded.
Where are you at now? You moving back?
Never.
Right on.
Never ever. I don't know if I'll ever visit.
Idaho for life. Yeah, then come visit you.
Yeah.
Yeah. What, Hudson? You didn't love Lakes Middle School. You remember why?
I guess the masks were a big part of it. And I don't know, honestly.
I remember he had issue with like the quality of the kids, some of them, and this is good
Yeah.
information for parents out there. Doesn't mean it's all bad, but you know
Yeah.
that was our experience there.
No, I definitely did have a slight problem with that.
What was it about them?
I don't know. There's just a lot of troubled kids there.
Yeah,
Not necessarily a lot, but I really don't know.
Yeah.
I just had trouble for some reason.
yeah. Well, very
Yeah.
well could have been the timing and then having to wear the masks thing.
That
so.
is, and luckily I feel like the mask thing went away pretty quick.
It
How often
did.
did you guys wear masks?
Well, so I would always have my mask under my nose, and then every 10 seconds my teacher would tell me to pull it up. But we had masks up and probably until like
I think it was just that one.
November.
Oh,
It
'cause-
wasn't even like I don't think it was a full semester.
I don't even-
Yeah,
I don't think it
I don't know
was
if it was either, but we ended up going to a private school after that, and then it was like a non-issue.
And for parents watching too, from what I understand, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, but from what I understand is that Lakeland, a school district, did not require masks at any time.
That's what I've heard too.
Yeah,
And
a little more of a conservative school district.
I don't think it can ever happen again. Didn't they pass legislation on that?
I think they passed legislation on vaccine mandates and on mask mandates in Idaho. And there's only 2 genders, men and women. It's a unique discovery.
Crazy. Yeah, it's funny how that works. So what do you guys like to do on your free time?
I mean, through the school, I just finished wrestling.
Okay.
And I've also been boxing, which is super cool. I don't
Yeah.
think there was a boxing gym in California.
Yeah, not I can think of. I mean, so to give a little context for people listening to, because we keep referencing there was nothing to do in Southern California, but there is for a lot of people. We lived out in the desert in Joshua Tree and Yucca Valley.
It's called methamphetamine and alcohol.
Yeah, and this is actually a funny conversation because I remember asking my kids the first time. Now he just says it because it was funny when he said it the first time. But I would ask him, I'm like, hey, what would you guys like? I watched our kids like, man, 3 years in, we're going to the lake, they're paddleboarding, you got to wake surf for the first time, we're doing all this stuff. And I'm like, I remember asking him one night, I'm like, what would you guys be doing if you were in Yucca Valley? What'd you say?
Doing drugs. Maybe eating dirt.
Digging holes and doing drugs.
He was like, probably doing drugs. And I'm like, whoa. And it was funny because he was only like 14 years old, 13 years old when he said that. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. What else would you do there? And that's crazy to me because what do you do in the summers, Hudson?
A lot of gym.
A lot of
Working
gym.
out. Yeah.
The lake.
Well, yeah,
You don't wake surf anymore. Why is that?
because I broke my arm wake surfing.
Savagely. The worst. That is the worst story. Like we bought this. So we had this cool pontoon boat and kids kind of were getting over it. We should get a surf boat. So we sold the pontoon boat, buy a surf boat. Literally the first day out on the water, Hudson surfing, falls off his arm in the most random accident ever. His arm goes through the triangle of the handle and it snaps his arm like a Z. Like it probably was very close to protruding through the skin, and it was extremely tragic. And no one has surfed on that boat since.
I know.
Years later.
Yeah.
It was bad.
So, okay. But despite the accident, you spent a lot of time in the water in the summer?
Yeah.
We just swim now.
Yeah.
Which is
I know,
great.
I'm usually with you.
Yeah, you are actually.
Well, not just swimming. What else do you guys do in the water?
But we don't really tube. I don't know.
You're killing me.
What?
You guys cliff jump. You guys swim. You guys
Well, yeah.
float down the river. You guys go and you guys still wake surf or do something like that. You guys constantly. What do you get? The lily pad?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the
That
lily
lily
pad.
pad's pretty cool.
Yeah. So you roll that thing out and the kids just jump on it
It's
for
fun to
hours.
tackle
Yeah.
people off of.
I don't
It's
ever
fun.
feel like I have to fight you guys to go in the water.
No.
I feel like you
not
guys are
really.
more than willing to go hang out on a boat.
I didn't even think about cliff jumping. That's a good one.
Yeah,
'Cause
cliff jumping
Tubbs
is
Hill
super
has some really good spots, and there's some other
All around
places
the
too.
lake, really.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of good spots.
Eric
in
has some
days.
great spots, right?
Eric, God, squirrel. But the cool thing, you said Tubbs Hill. I mean, you don't need a boat to do cliff jumping out here.
No. It's like, what is it? 3-mile hike all the way around?
2 miles.
Yeah, it's
miles.
not even. Yeah. And a lot of
Yeah.
kids just go on that stretch right there by the resort. Right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's pretty popular.
Some
Yeah,
good
it's
ones.
not like you have to go all the way around to find a good spot.
Yeah.
Kind of all over.
Right. You guys are both on property now. We both have acreage. What kind of stuff do you guys do there?
Well, my mom's been really enthusiastic about feeding the deer.
She has been.
recently.
Yes,
It's been
that is true.
awesome.
Every hunter's like, stop that. I'm, like,
That
I'm
is
sorry.
true.
Okay, look, we're gonna kill 6 deer on our property. So my wife is gonna feed them cracked corn in the winter. I get it. All right, let her be. I'm gonna lose this fight.
She's in her happy place.
I'm gonna
Just
lose
let it
this
happen,
fight.
yeah.
All right, just let me be happy at home.
Yeah, no, we've done. What are some things that are different? We've
Well,
done a
we
lot
have
of
chickens.
burns. Yeah, we had chickens in California, and then, when we lived in
That
a
didn't go too
neighborhood,
well.
yeah, they
Okay.
get eaten by coyotes or bobcats.
Yeah,
something like
they got all eaten. So we got chickens up here now. I think our eggs are down to what, about a $37 an egg when you count in all the money we put into them and how many eggs we received. So it's going down drastically though. I think it was like $180 an egg. So we're getting better now.
Yeah.
You and your math.
Yeah, have a side by side that we can use. I mean, we should use it a lot more than we do.
You
But
should.
We will.
Yeah,
You got your
It was a little
license.
cold. Trying to get some.
it's a little cold right now.
We've gone camping on that thing too. Mm-hmm. Went out there one night, and that was something cool. Like you guys talk about the outdoors. We went out one night and we just took the side by side. Carson and I went up on top of Hayden Lake. We could overlook Hayden Lake. We found a little spot, hiked out there, put up a tent, and then sat out there. Brought a cast iron pan and grilled some steaks, and just
Nice.
sat there and just talked. It was actually really cool. Totally
good.
quiet.
Yeah, that's good living.
Yeah, it was pretty neat. And there was one cloud in the sky about the size of this building that rained on us in the middle of the night. The weirdest thing. Clear night, no expectation of rain, and somehow when you pitch a tent, it rains on you. Freaking ridiculous.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. What do you do, boy?
Well, we have goats, so
Yep.
and we're about to get cows, hopefully.
Yep.
Mini Highland cows.
Little hat.
You're gonna do the Highland cows?
Fluffy
Yeah,
ones.
and a mini donkey named Waffles.
Oh my
This is all
gosh.
true.
Yeah,
This
we have
is
a
the
mini
goal.
farm.
What do you like the most about living on land? Is it the animals, the freedom, the quietness, shooting? What?
All of what you just listed. It's just nice being able to wander and do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Dig holes.
And shooting is really nice.
And you're now undergoing some construction, right? Not the new house. You're doing some construction.
Yeah.
What are you building?
Wait, talking about my internship
You started
or
at tree
No.
house.
Treehouse.
Oh,
What are you
the
building on your
treehouse.
property?
well, Carson's been helping me. We've been building a treehouse. It's 2 stories right now.
It's super sketch.
Yeah.
It is super sketch.
It's not that- it's not that
It's
sketch.
pretty
It's-
stable. I take it. But I literally for the last their entire lives, my kids have been like, they've been like, I'm bored. Go build a fort. I say this every time.
Yeah, all the time.
Finally, 17 years later, he's
Building a
he's
fort. So it's
building a
2 stories high?
Yeah.
Who's your insurance provider? I just want to make sure they're not watching. I just want to make sure they're
Tara.
not watching.
I think it's
Oh, yeah, so
Tara.
if you're a State Farm affiliate, if you could please turn this off, that would be great.
I haven't checked on it for a few weeks. It could have blown down.
No, you got
No,
he
there's
used
no
that.
way.
He used that good Advantech decking that they used on our house. That crap is like bomb.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so it's got a really nice subfloor up there.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's relatively
Yeah.
stable.
That's freaking cool.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we do a lot of shooting at the property. Hudson's got his own pistol now, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys this. You talked about homeless. How safe do you feel in North Idaho? That's
Way safer than California. I mean, I walk around. I don't even care, like, if my sister walks around. Like, I'm not worried at all. I mean, she's going, like, really far then probably, but
what makes
way
you feel
safer.
that way?
well, first, there's no homeless. I don't ever see any, like, drug activity. And I rarely see sketchy people in general, so
Okay.
it's just, like, clean down here.
Okay. That's awesome. Just a general, just cleanliness and everything else downtown. And you got a big
Yeah.
mean dad too, so that scares people away.
I'm not
Yeah.
There's
the way my
Sasquatch.
face just gets
And that's
distracted.
not even just downtown. I mean, downtown is really clean, but, like, North Idaho in general is relatively clean.
Yeah.
Not a ton of sketchy.
Extra places.
What about you? Feel safe?
Yeah, I mean, not only like everything that Hudson said, there's not a lot of tweakers. There's not a lot of people that are gonna freaking try and hurt you or take something from you. But also the fact that a lot more people are armed up here, and there's a lot like good people here, not just people that are here, but like there's a lot of people that you know are on your side. Mm-hmm. That's also kind of
Well,
pretty supporting.
Good
So,
observation.
when you see people, it doesn't make you uncomfortable to see people with guns?
No, not at all. I mean, unless they are like kind of like on the nod and like
Tweaked out.
hanging it out of
usually-
their belt, but
Pretty
no.
likely.
Yeah, no. It's super cool to see how many people are comfortable with guns.
Yeah.
And that's a comforting thing, not like a worry.
And you guys went out shooting.
Mm-hmm.
You had Rowan out there teaching you some stuff.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
All right, here's a good question for you guys. Do you see yourselves staying here as adults?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
You gonna make a life here?
Oh yeah. I want to visit a ton of places, but as I've grown up, like when I was younger, I always wanted to move to New York. And as I grew up,
Talk to me about that. Bro.
and as I've grown up, because I was super into superheroes when I was younger.
Oh, yeah, they're
Love
all over
New
there.
York.
Absolutely, yeah.
But as I've grown up, I'm like, I'd love to visit, see Empire State, see Statue of Liberty, go in Times Square, but I'm like, I don't want to stay there, And also, I'm not a crazy people person, as you guys know. I'm not a fan of parties. So yeah, living in a cramped apartment, no, thank you. But it'd be cool to visit once.
Yep.
And that's it. But yeah, no, just living 100% Idaho. Oh yeah.
Hudson?
Yeah, I agree. I'm staying here. I'd like to buy, like, rental properties, like maybe Puerto Rico, so I can.
Do you know
go
any good
there.
realtors?
No.
He's like, Dave.
Not that I can think of.
You'll be fine.
But yeah, this is gonna be where I live.
Yeah, the base of operations. If you guys had to say what you think the values are in North Idaho, this is a tricky question for 17-year-olds. What do you think? Kind of say some words that would reflect on the values of the people up here.
Free.
Okay.
I just put safe up there as well.
Okay.
What about
Free's
values?
a really good one. Yeah, values is super high. I want to say Republican as well. That's one that comes to mind.
Sure. Yeah. Whatever pops into your head. I like it.
I don't know about values. I'm just thinking of random words.
What would
Are
those
they,
be?
are they appropriate?
Well, I was gonna say dangerous.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
There's a lot
Tell
of
me what-
dangerous people up here. That
Like in how?
there's a lot of military, law enforcement, first responders. I mean, a lot of people know how to handle themselves.
So when you say dangerous, you don't mean bad dangerous.
No. Well, no,
good
not
dangerous.
not good dangerous.
If you're
yes.
not the one being bad, then yeah, you're safe.
Yeah.
Yes. That's why I feel safe here.
That's a good observation. That's true. There are a lot of studly men and women up here that have the capacity for violence and choose not to use it.
Yeah.
Or choose to use it for good.
Right.
Right.
I'll say
Yeah.
that's good. So, and a lot of times, people, not to guide you guys, but, I hear a lot of it's very American, it's very conservative, it's very Christian valued, it's very family oriented. A lot of those things really very outdoorsy, very DIY. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. Anti-government, I hear a lot for North Idaho. People don't like regulations up here. The
No.
dangerous people.
Very libertarian.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Leave people to themselves.
So, it's funny you guys said that you guys would stay here because the first time we were up here, we were eating at Sweet Lou's. I don't know if you remember this. We were eating at Sweet Lou's and we had a server. He was like 21 years old, right? And from the town we were at, even when I grew up, people were like, oh man, I can hardly wait to leave, or I'm going to go here, I'm going to go to the big city. I mean, everybody had a plan to exit. And when we were eating here, that's what I grew up with as well. And then all of a sudden we're eating here for the first time, Sweet Lou's, and I'm talking to this server, he's 21, and I go, hey, how long you lived here? He goes, I was born and raised here. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. I go, you're 21. You going to stay here? You plan on leaving? He goes, no, I'm staying here. And I looked at him, I was kind of puzzled. I'm like, what do you mean, man? You don't know anything else. He's like, why would I leave? Everything's here. We got the lake, we got the forest, I like to hunt, the people are nice. I got it. He just went off and he's like, yeah, why would I ever leave here? That caught me off guard to have somebody that's lived only here say like, yeah, this is why would I leave?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. No, that makes total sense to me. And, we talk to people all the time that have experienced lots of other places, come here, and then it's,
Right.
you just know. Hits you in the soul. You know this is a spot.
Do you remember when I let you and your sister walk to the gas station, the Maverick?
Yeah. Oh,
You
yeah.
guys were like, I don't know, 12 and 10
Yeah.
or something. And they were like, can we go to the gas station? And I immediately am like, no, you cannot. Are you kidding me? I'll never see you again. You could walk to the gas station like a death sentence.
You'll
where
be
we
in
came
Mexico
from.
in 6 hours.
And then I'm like, wait a minute. I look out the front door and we're living in Coeur d'Alene Place. I'm like, yeah, go ahead. They're like, really? I'm like, yeah, grab me a Milky Way. And then, not that I like Milky Ways. Just saying.
No, he
There's
doesn't eat that
disease that
stuff.
comes from Doritos or Milky Ways. I might be the host. I might have it. But anyways, I remember letting you guys go, and your mom and I sat at home, and I'm like, we just sent our kids. Like I can't even tell my friends that back home, like I just sent the kids to the grocery store. I want to be like, bro, you're going to jail. You can't send your kids to the corner like market. Like, are you kidding me? By themselves?
dangerous.
Yeah, what are you doing? That was what was gnarly to me. The fact that you guys, you walked to school in middle school, right?
Yeah.
High school, all that. Your sister
Yeah.
walked to elementary school.
Ride my bike to all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of
You
cool.
started getting lazy on the bike, bro. You started just walking, you got a car early.
Not in middle school.
No, not in middle school.
Or even in high school.
Yeah.
That's
2
cool,
years.
though. That was up in Coeur d'Alene Place, which is like primo neighborhood, I think, for families.
It's a great family neighborhood. People, I hated HOAs where we came from because we only had a couple HOAs. I'm like, these suck. And they're like $300 a month. You don't
Yeah.
get anything. Coeur d'Alene Place is $360 a year. And you have 8 parks. You have the green space. You have
Yeah.
sidewalks,
bike trails.
walking paths,
Yeah.
bike trails.
They have events that go on at those parks as
Oh,
well. I remember that we'd always get
Any
invites
drag
for
shows?
like no,
Really?
not drag shows.
Weird.
It'd typically be like normal stuff like movies and stuff.
That's cool.
I mean, I'd imagine somewhere in California they got stuff like that.
Non-drag movies.
Normal movies.
Okay, if you guys were to leave here right now and we gave you guys $100 each, where would you go? Hudson.
Where would I go?
I'm not giving you $100 though,
Maybe-
but let's just pretend.
Probably the Black Sheep or North 40.
Okay. What are those?
What would that be called? An outdoors store?
Yeah.
Sporting goods store?
Sporting goods, yeah.
Yeah, it's like Cabela's but local.
'Kay.
And honestly, kind of better. I was actually at North 40 today. I bought some clothes. Carson was too.
Oh, nice. You guys
That's,
have
that's
40?
where I buy all my jeans
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, that's where I just got.
If you're a dude up here, you either shop at Black Sheep, North 40, or Local. What was the third one? I can't remember. I'm sorry. Black Sheep, North 40, and Local.
what?
Buckle.
Yeah, I can get the same jeans at North 40.
You get your bedazzled jeans at Buckle, though.
You can. That's true. But that, yeah, like North 40, I can go buy some goat feed at the same time, or
This
go
is
buy
true.
ammo or make fly fishing gear.
This is very true. So you would go to North 40 or a sporting goods store? If I gave you $100, where would you go?
Ooh, I don't know. I might actually have to go downtown
Oh, really?
and go. Oh yeah, there's a ton of different stores down there.
Okay.
It's super unique. There's one store that's just all about Irish stuff.
Big John was
All
just there
things
yesterday.
Irish?
Yeah.
John was there yesterday. Talking
Yeah.
about some kind
Yeah,
of fancy overcoat.
super random, but I'm like, eh.
Yeah.
I'd probably go spend some of that fig pickles.
Yeah, I was about to say, what's your favorite store downtown?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was so back when I was younger, and I mean I still am, but I don't buy it anymore. I was super into Lego, and right outside
Just
of Fig
gifted
Pickles.
now. They get gifted to you. You don't buy them anymore.
Yeah, basically.
It's okay.
Yeah, but so there's this giant Star Wars ship. It's called a Venator. I'm also a nerd about Star Wars, but so there's this giant Star Wars ship right outside of their display window.
Yeah.
And I mean, literally said in bold, "This item is not for sale," because obviously, I mean, this thing would probably cost
Dude.
Everything has a price.
$5,000.
Yeah?
It's as big as this table.
Ooh,
That big?
it
haven't
is-
seen it?
You haven't?
No,
it's
I'm sure I
humongous.
have. I've been in
It's
there.
on the other side. So one stand has the giant carousel. That's,
Yes.
I don't know what it's
It's on the
made
other side of that?
On the other
Okay.
on the other display window, giant Venator. It's just huge. And first time I saw that, heart dropped. I was like, oh. I stared at that thing for so long. I remember you guys were trying to drag me away from it.
You're like, this
I
has
was just
14,000 parts.
The only
it
reason I
said-
didn't drag
it
him
was
away is
like
because it did say
10
not for
times
sale.
that.
More?
Way more.
Who assembles that thing?
Well, it's
God.
not. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's. I mean, it's custom made. That's not a normal set. But yeah, no, I was just enthralled by that. Like, cool. Super cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
What about sports? What sports have you guys played up here? What sports have you participated in?
I've never been a big sports person. I did jujitsu.
Is this a sport?
I've done jujitsu for a while.
Where?
I don't even remember what it's
Oh,
called.
come on. Sparta.
Sparta.
We also did it at our school for a little bit last
That's
year.
right.
Yep.
For a couple.
Yeah.
Months.
That's about it for me. You go.
Yeah, I did football 7th through 9th, and then I done jiu-jitsu kind of on and off. I think right when you got done with your academy and you
Yep.
met Derek, I started going with you and one of my buddies. And then I'm doing boxing right now and wrestling. Just finished that up, so
A lot
I'm
of
restarted.
that's what's different too up here. There's a lot of team sports. I mean, the girls are doing volleyball.
Oh, it's all there. Yeah,
it is all there, but it seems like the boys up here are really drawn more to physical sports. There's a lot of wrestling, a lot of jiu-jitsu up here.
This is
Boxing programs. I mean, there's a lot
A
of
lot of jiu-jitsu.
man stuff.
I always compare in my mind, I've never said this out loud, that North Idaho is like the Sparta of ancient Greece. It's like the warrior class is all in one spot. So I think it's that. I think the combat sports just come naturally.
And you know what's neat too? This area will humble you. Like, I mean, you go into jiu-jitsu studios or anything else, and you find some tough dudes in there.
Oh yeah.
Very tough dudes.
You ever roll with like a blue belt that is a logger? Forget about it, dude. He'll rip your arms right off and beat you to death with it.
Yeah, it's not cool. Which is against the rules.
It is.
I want to make that really clear. It's against the rules.
It is.
Okay, I'm
It's like
tired
his
of having my
entire
arms
hand
ripped
is
off.
one big callus.
I have my semi-black eye right now. We're
Yeah,
getting
it's-
freaking
it's cute.
Bam! I know. I'm like, ow. There's been something
Street cred.
in it. Street credit. Me with my thin ears and my little black eye. That's cool. What else you guys love about North Idaho? If you had to pick one thing to do outdoors, what would it be?
That's a hard.
I mean, you got
Choice.
hunting, fishing, camping, shooting,
Yeah.
skiing, wake surfing. What would it be if you could do one thing outdoors?
One thing. Cliff jumping is really high on that list for me.
Yeah.
I really like cliff jumping. I mean, there's really good hiking
Bro,
here
yours
too.
would probably be skiing.
Skiing. I didn't even think about that.
You didn't think of
Skiing might be
He
number one
literally
for
said
me.
skiing when he was saying
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
was
well, I
kinda
didn't
helping
hear
you
it.
out.
Skiing's probably number one for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where?
Schweitzer.
Yeah.
That's my favorite mountain.
Have you skied the other ones?
Yeah.
What other ones have you skied?
Mount Spokane, Lookout.
You've
Are
been
there
to
other
Silver
ones?
Mountain.
Silver Mountain.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. And you like Schweitzer the best?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, it's the most expensive, so there is that. But
It's expensive.
I like to drain his money.
Odd reason to
And-
love it.
Yeah.
Is that your favorite mountain too?
Yeah. I guess. Yeah. I love it because it's more expensive.
I don't know. It's just a good mountain.
Yeah. A lot more
Just
runs, a lot
overall.
longer runs.
I can't really remember all the other mountains, so I couldn't really tell you that. But
Yeah.
It is, and it's bougie.
it's
like
it's good.
Well, the views
Tahoe-ish.
too, man. You get to the top of
Oh,
that,
dude,
you're
on a clear
overlooking
day,
Ponderay, like
forget about it.
badass.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
you just can like fly off the mountain and land in the lake. It's that. Yeah.
What about you?
Probably something water related. I'd say when I first moved up here, it was paddleboarding. I'd never done it before because if I
your
even
mouth.
been to a lake other than the one that we went to, that we went and tubed with. Mike.
Oh, down in Havasu?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Has never been to a lake?
other than Havasu, I don't think so.
It's not a lake. It's a reservoir.
It's like a
Yeah, and I've been there. It's
But-
a brown water reservoir.
Yeah,
it's like
nasty.
90 degrees and just urine.
basically. But yeah, no, when I first got up here, I would say it was paddleboarding because I just got obsessed with it. It was super fun. That was like one of the things because we didn't have a boat when we first moved up here or when we were vacationing, and paddleboarding was super easy to rent. I'm not sure if we owned them at the time.
Yeah, we owned them.
Yeah, well, and also they just weren't super expensive,
Costco,
so we'd
bro.
buy them. And, yeah, so
Costco
it's like-
Body
Costco
Glove
fan.
The 5-pack of
paddleboards.
Costco.
Yeah, they're like $350.
Throw
and
them
then
on
you
your
have that
bag
forever.
and throw it on your back.
Yep.
Turn it into a little backpack and then go pump it up. Yeah, that part always sucked. But you know, sorry. In the time of me vacationing here, I would say paddleboarding. But now I just gotten into wake surfing. I would probably say wake surfing.
Super
now.
safe sport, by the way.
Super safe.
Yeah.
Other than the
That's why
one
he throws
random
the
time.
rope in. I'm like, give me the rope.
Don't Google
Yeah.
wakeboarding injuries. Don't. Trust me. Goes hand,
So
in
wait,
hand,
so-
goes hand in hand with degloving.
So this is pretty neat. So if you move up here and you got adolescents, okay, getting them out on the water is probably one of the best things that you can do because this is something that opened up our world. Because where I came from, there wasn't a whole lot I could do to provide for him. And if we wanted to get a boat, we had to, haul it all the way out to Havasu. And you know how Havasu is. I mean, it's just freaking nuts. So if you come up here and you're like, you don't own a boat, Hagedon Marine is one of a few of them, but probably our favorite and one of the best out here, and they just cater to you and do a great job, is they have the boat club. So we originally owned a Tritune, and that was fun. You guys have been out on it with us. That was a great time, but you couldn't do water sports. But I don't have the money to go buy a Tritune, which we relax on and then go buy. So we ended up joining the boat club. We pay $500 a month. That covers your insurance, registration, launch fees, storage, moorage, repairs, all that stuff. The only thing you pay for on top of that is fuel. So now that we're in the boat club, since we don't wake surf all the time,
No.
sometimes we want to just go chill,
Just
or
relax,
we want to go down and cliff jump and stuff.
Or bring more people on because
Yeah.
typically with a surf boat, it's hard to bring 8 people.
So like 4th of July now, we go out and we usually get a Tritune. It's easier to maneuver around a bunch of boats and it's comfortable. We play cards, have dinner, whatever else. And then on other days we go with you guys. We want a bathroom on it or we want something a little more luxurious. We end up taking a Cobalt R4 out, which I think they're doing R6s this year.
Good.
This is like totally a Hagedon pitch right now, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then, yeah, well, not really. But then, we'll jump on the wake surf boat and grab a Malibu, which this year, you guys worked at Hagedon this year.
Still
Yeah.
do.
And what are
Yeah.
they?
Still
What are they
do.
getting now?
So this year they're taking out the Malibus and they're putting in Mastercrafts.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dang, dude.
So-
They're upping their game. Yeah.
Yeah,
Quarter
so-
of a million, $300,000 Mastercraft.
All of their boats are getting, all the old rentals are up for sale now, and then all of their whole new line.
So that's the neat thing
Wow.
about that boat club versus any other ones. They want to sell you a boat. So every year it's the newest boat. So you never have a 3-year-old boat that you're on. You're always on a brand new boat. And this year it's Mastercraft. So then we can kind of choose on how we want to be for the day. And for $500 a month, man, it's totally worth it. And there's a startup fee, I think of like $5,000. But if you guys are interested in that, call me. I'll try to see if we can finagle something good for you. But anyways, you do that startup fee, but that startup fee goes towards the purchase of a boat if you decide to
That's cool.
upgrade and go buy a boat.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, from what I've heard from people that are in the boat club and me personally, it's super cool to figure out, if you're new to Idaho or I guess just lakes in general, super helpful to see what kind of boat and what fits your lifestyle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you get so many. And it's just, you're not limited to one. You can
Right.
go back and forth and try them out and do different things on each of them and see, literally which one fits. And it's, Hagedon's super helpful with that.
So this was really your guys' first real job, working at Hagedon.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
yeah. Real job that we get paid, not under the table. Yeah.
We don't get paid on the table.
We gotta wrap this up. You gotta go. What final thoughts? One word, sum up North Idaho.
Move to North Idaho.
There you
Those
go.
are my followers.
Wait, which type of people should move to North Idaho?
Conservatives.
Anybody can move to North
gotta
Idaho,
be
but
Don't be a turd.
make sure that you're a productive citizen
Yeah. And if
and you understand the values you're moving into.
that's it. Match the values that are already here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Super important.
Yeah. Carson, final thoughts.
About North
Come on,
Idaho.
one word.
Oh, it's fantastic. I just love it
Fantastic.
here.
That's a good word. I like that word. I use it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
We're going to bring the girls on next time.
The big girls or the little girls?
Do it.
Little girls.
Yeah.
We put the big girls
Okay,
on.
we're going to talk about nails and
Oh, I
hair.
love it. Ice cream. Yeah. Sorry, frozen yogurt. My bad.
We can't talk about ice cream.
You can too.
cream's
We'll
free.
get some frozen
I
yogurt.
like ice cream.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, boys. That was fun. Yeah, if you guys are thinking about moving up here and you've got teens, hopefully that was informative to you. And Dave and I will bring on our daughters next. They are 15 and 16.
Yep.
And you'll get that perspective as well. So if you got daughters that are in that age bracket, it might be useful for them to get that information. And if you guys are thinking about making the move up here, give our team a holler. You would not be crazy in doing that. We get those calls every single day. And we will get you connected with an agent on our team or one of us, whoever suits you best. And we'll get you guys moved up here. Thank you. Later.